Welcome everybody back to boostinmotion, guys, and today you clicked on this video because you got a p0720 code on your infiniti q50, or it might be a 3.0T or 3.7. So you want to know what's going on. Do you need a new transmission? And in this video, I'm going to try to be as informative as possible because I used to be a previous owner of two Q50s and a Q60, all with the 7-speed transmission. All right, guys, let's jump into the video. Much love. I appreciate you guys for your support. So over the years, I've made a lot of videos talking about infinities, right? And I've talked about how the 3.7 is pretty much bulletproof. You beat on that car. But I also had a first year one. My car was brand new. I had about 30,000 miles on it, right? And what I've talked about over the years with the transmission is just do your drain and fills every 40, 50,000 miles and call it a day, because we haven't really seen these issues on the 7-speed transmission. Well, it's about 10 years later since the 2014 has come out, and even some of the 2010s, 2011 7 speeds are having this issue too. So people are being told that this is a $4, $5, $6, $7, $8,000 repair, new transmission, and they're telling you the wrong information, right? They're telling you the wrong information. But there's been an epidemic on the Facebook Q50 group where it is almost every day someone's posting an issue with their 3.7 transmission on their infiniti Q50. So guys, let's talk about what this code actually is. So I want to get the information first. This is Infiniti Service Bulletin. Pretty much 2014 and 2018 Q50s will get a mill light for 720, which will cause harsh shifting or the lack of power. Pretty much your transmission will stop changing gears. You would either can't go above 30 miles an hour, or you might not be able to go to the second or third gear. That's it. So the car pretty much just lost its drivability. Now, how do we fix that, right? When you scan the car, you're going to get two codes, right? You're going to get a p0720 code, and you're usually going to get associated p0500 code. I think I wrote down a note somewhere here. Yeah, the p0500 code, which will say vehicle speed sensor, right? Now, don't take that as, oh my God, let me just look at the part number and order it and then swap it into the transmission, right? That's not necessary. There's plenty of videos on YouTube talking about you can just swap in the speed sensor and that would fix it, right? Because it's usually a cheaper part compared to the valve body. That's how we mostly are when we want to fix the cars. We want to change a cheaper part. But this transmission has been long enough that you don't need to change the speed sensor. Not saying that the speed sensor may not go bad, but you actually need to change your valve body. It's been proven in this community you have to change your valve body. Even though the speed sensor will be a cheaper part, there's people who've changed the speed sensor and still have the same issue, right? Think about it. If the valve body goes bad, then the transmission pretty much isn't shifting and spinning right. So the speed sensor is going to pick up and say, hey, there's something wrong here. So the speed sensor is technically doing its job. So, all right, well then Boost, you're telling me we should change the valve body, right? How do we do that? Should we go buy a brand new one from the dealer? It's quite expensive. Well, a lot of people in the community, well, because there's enough of these cars on the road, what they choose to go do is just buy a used part. Or sometimes there may be companies who actually sell rebuilt valve bodies. But in this case, because there's so much 7-speed transmissions between different makes and models of Infinitis, it might just be best just to go to an auto lot or a salvage yard and have them remove the valve body out of a specific transmission. So I'm going to say it on video. Your transmission is not bad. You did not blow your transmission unless you never drained the fluid, you never changed the fluid, and you just kept on beating the car until it ran empty. No, your transmission should definitely still be good. Perfectly good, no issues. It's just that it lost control on how the car will be shifting, because it could be an electrical error, as some videos and people have stated for the TCM/valve body, or it could just be whatever other issue may be, but it's not necessarily the speed sensor. 9 out of 10 or 99 out of 100, it should be your valve body. So you, as this guy had portrayed, I'm gonna drop what he actually wrote about in the Q50 group. Because plenty of people have been changing these issues and dealing with these issues over the years now, right? But I'm really the first one, not first one, but I'm now bringing it to the table to say this is a crucial issue that it seems like 8 out of 7, I'll say 7 out of 10 Q50 owners maybe ended up dealing with in the future along the longevity of that transmission. All right. So he said, all right, guys, the p0720 is fixed. I got quoted for speed passes. So what he did was he went to find a 2011 and up G37. This could be the coupe or the sedan. And he couldn't find nothing. And then he came across a 2014 q70 that comes with this. And QX70 took the valve body off, put it in his Q50. My code has turned originally the code had turned off the manual mode, but now that all works again, and he has all functional modes as stated before. He said he only paid $288 for the part and 60 something on fluids and pump and all. He said he saved thousands of dollars and did it at home. Everything works exactly how it should. Shifts just fine. Now, you have to drop the transmission pan and you will have to drop the valve body. So I'm going to include some of the photos that he had put up so you guys can see a little bit better. All right. Oh, I don't want to put myself on it. Let me just move the video over a little bit. All right, cool. I'm going to be right here. Bear with me, guys. I'm helping you guys out, man. I'm trying to save you guys thousands of dollars. I try my best to help you guys out through your missions of life, okay? So you'll say 0720, I'll put shaft speed sensor circuit. Cool. This is when you drop the transmission pan, you're going to see this is the valve body with the fuel filter. Transmission filter should be that black part, right?
If your valve body went bad, this is what you're looking at doing right here. It's a fucking bitch.
All right, I got the cursing out the way. All right, cool. So that's the old valve body, and that's the new valve body that he has. You have to find out what specific bolts actually drop the valve body.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we did a valve body swap with a 24 fifth. So we have.
All right, cool. So that should fix your issue. But Boost, what about I'm buying a used part? Could it go out again? Absolutely. It absolutely could go out again because you're buying a used part. But do you? Well, in Boost, I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather just spend $4,000 and get a brand new one. Okay, cool. Or you could try to find a lower mileage Q50. Or what you can do is you can take out the valve body out of the newer a valve body swap out of the newer 2016 and up transmissions, but you might have to still swap the TCMs. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. You might still have to just swap the TCMs from your old Q50 to the new valve body, but that should still work too if you want to. As he did it with the 2014 QX60. And if you're gonna spend this expensive amount of money just to change a valve body with a brand new one, I'm gonna tell you guys on video I was watching right now. Just buy a 2016 and up Infiniti 7-speed transmission used. These things are plentiful, and it's a stronger transmission for the amount of torque that it could take. And it bolts right up. Yes, there may be a little bit of corrections you have to make, but it bolts up. You just have to swap the valve body and/or TCM to the new transmission, and everything works just fine. Let me see through the comments here. I believe there may be some information here. Let me see, because I know somebody was speaking. I don't know if it was this comment thread. No, it wasn't this comment thread. But yes, this is a crucial issue, and this will be an issue that you'll have to be dealing with if you have a 2014 Q50 with this specific issue. And I'm just going through the threads on January 14. This person said they got January 13th. It's like everybody is going through the different issues and what they have to deal with. The same Al talks about him having an issue, then he ended up fixing it a couple weeks later, right? I love that even though we like to joke around and play games in this community so much, people want to help people fix stuff. And if it's a common issue, you can find the common repairs. So as this person has stated, you need a transmission valve body. I've replaced a shit ton of them, Q50s, QX70s, Titans, 370s. I'm not too positive if those could swap in. This person stated the speed sensor is a dummy code most of the time with them. I did all the work myself and no more issues. Hope this helps. If the transmission isn't shifting after third gear, it's the TCM. You can get a refurbished one for about $300 on eBay. with all the new solenoids, the valve body is a mechanical and the TCM is attached to the valve body. How to test if the problem is a mechanic valve body or electrical TCM, disconnect the battery for 30 seconds or a bit more if you like, and then drive it. If it shifts all the gears at least one time before it's going back into limp mode and won't pass third grade, it's a TCM, which means it's a problem is a electrical problem, which could make sense. Can a TCM go bad over time? It's sitting in fluid, maybe not. It's an electrical thing. Things fail over a certain amount of time frame, right? This is a 10-year-old car, so it could be an electrical issue, right? That's why when people say you swap over the valve body usually comes with the TCM attached to it. So that could be the reason why it really fixes itself, because they come usually together. Or the only way to really see if it's not the TCM is, let's say you go and buy, as I said earlier, you go buy a 2016 and up Q50's valve body. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I haven't been in this community in a while. You swap over the valve body with that, but you keep the same TCM. And if that works, then it was mainly a mechanical issue. But if it doesn't work, then you know it's a TCM. Could be. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Double check in the comments. But I wanted to just bring complete, utter awareness to this. Do not change your transmission, guys. Do not change your transmission on your Infiniti Q50 if you get this code, right? All stops. That's it. Now, if you want to get this stuff properly diagnosed and repaired, I worked with a shop called All Out Motorworks in Long Island, right? You could definitely go on All Out Motorworks on Instagram or even Facebook or even a Google search. So if you live in the tri-state area, they know how to swap out these valve bodies relatively quick, fast, and for very affordable. And they can actually source the parts for you too. They can get it new for you and they can get it used for you, and they can do it quick, very speedy, and very fast. They've worked on all my cars. If you go on my channel, he worked on all my cars, from my Infinitis to my Nissans and even to my Mercedes, my last two Mercedes. So I completely always recommend this channel, and that shop. And a lot of you guys have went to the shop and also gave great reviews for a good price and good amount of work that gets done. So bring it to a close, guys. If you get this code p0720, do not replace the transmission. You need to replace the valve body. Boost, but what if I just do the TCM? Just replace the valve body. Either if you want to go new, I believe the new one may need to be programmed. If you want to go used, there's plentiful amount in salvage yards, salvage spots, any crash Q50 on Facebook Marketplace, whatever. You can get this part and swap it in. You should be good as long as that transmission was working good. What's the longevity on that used part? We don't know, but it'll be a working part over your last one, right? Especially if you get it for $150, $200, $300 versus $3,000 to $4,000. This work is easy work. All they have to do is drop the pan, disconnect some connectors, add some more fluid back. Drop the valve body, put a new one back in, put the new put the pan back on and add more fluid, and then go through the gears. That's all they have to do, right? It will take some hours. They will charge you shop hours, but this should not be a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000, $6,000 repair job. And after that, your car should be working good, and you'll get that bulletproof Q50 life with that VR. No, take it back, VQ 37. All right. So that's my best recommendations. Comment below, guys, if you had this issue on your Q50 3.7, and state the remedy in the comments. If it is a valve body you changed and it fixed it, it's really good that the people that own these cars know that this issue exists and how to fix it and make it simple and easy. Because I want you guys saving money. I don't want you guys going broke on a $10,000, $15,000 car now. And I mean, in some cases, you guys are buying these cars for $5,000, $6,000. I don't want you running into that. All right. So outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I really hope this. I'm sad because I know I said this car is bulletproof, and it really was. But in the last 2-3 years, especially this 10-year mark, I guess every car will have its gremlins that will finally show. Outside of that, guys, I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you.